Welcome back, yogis. Today's practice, we're going to focus on opening up large muscle groups, but the main focus of the practice will be the breath. Throughout today's long pose holds, I want you to really focus on the breath, how deep you're breathing. Your inhale, the same length as your exhale. And certainly, if you have an Ujjayi practice, today is the day to bring it back out. So grab your mat, and I'll meet you there. All right, let's get started today. We're going to start off in child's pose. So sitting back on those heels, knees can be underneath you or your legs can be opened wide here, depending on how you're feeling. Arms are going to reach out as long as you can. Extend out through those fingers, lengthen out through the spine, and then when you have found all of your length, sit your hips back down and allow the forehead to just drop onto the mat. Now, if it's uncomfortable for you, you can always place a block underneath your forehead or take your hands behind your back or maybe fingers towards the hips. But we'll just start today's practice clearing everything out. Let's all take a deep breath in through the nose. Keep breathing, keep breathing, keep breathing. And then let it go. Open the mouth. Good. One more time. Deep breath in through the nose. Keep breathing as much air as you can. And then open the mouth. Let it go. Now keep breathing to your rhythm here. Deep, slow breaths, your full breath here. So allow the breath to fill up the belly and then spill into the chest, into the rib cage. You can choose to keep your mouth closed or open. Just find yourself sinking into that rhythm of the breath. Allowing everything to just fall away around you. And we'll take this time to review our Ujjayi practice. For those of you who don't have a strong Ujjayi practice, that's all right. Ujjayi is the victorious breath. And we use this breath to help sustain us through long poses, to help maintain, keep our focus. And it's nice and comforting to me because there's a sound to it. So not only do I feel the breath, but I can hear the breath. So you start by constricting the muscles in the back of the throat, the glottis, and just constricting those muscles. As you breathe in and you breathe out, you start making a little bit of a noise, a kind of a hum, like an ocean kind of sound wave. And you just keep breathing in and breathing out, constricting those muscles and allowing the sound to be audible to maybe just yourself or maybe to others around you as well, especially when we're practicing in a class. So it sounds a little bit like this as you go. Deep breath in. And the stronger your chest and your rib muscles get, your lungs, the louder you'll be able to make that sound and the longer you'll be able to maintain that Ujjayi breath. All right, one final breath here. And then as you're ready, just gently start walking the hands back underneath you. Sitting up nice and tall. Now, if it's not comfortable sitting on your heels, you can place a block underneath your hips or just sit cross-legged. It's no big deal here. We're going to take another couple breaths. Inhale, everything lifts. And exhale, hands down through heart center. Good. Inhale, everything lifts. Exhale, hands down to heart center.
Good. When you're ready, your right hand is going to plant on the floor or maybe on top of a block. The left hand is going to roll up and over. I want you to roll open the chest and circle your arm all the way around, forward and down, and go again. Inhale, everything lifts, circle open, and exhale down and forward. 2 more times. Inhale, circle, open. Last one, deep breath in and open. Good. Gently making your way back to center. 1 deep breath. Inhale, root to rise to the ceiling. Exhale, hands through heart center. Let's do that to the left. Left hand plants to the side or maybe a little bit behind you on a block. Inhale, right hand lifts, roll the chest open to the ceiling. Exhale down. Good. Inhale, lift. Each time, make the movement a little bit bigger. Find a little bit more depth, a little bit more openness. Keep the breath flowing nice and smooth. Stay calm here. Last one. Good. As you're ready, slowly coming back up to center, sitting tall. Inhale, hands lift. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Inhale, lift the spine nice and long and just gently twist towards the right side of your mat. Doesn't matter what your hands are doing here, but lift through the spine, lift the chest, and then maybe you're even looking over that back right shoulder. Deep breath in. Fill the lungs, deep breath out. Good. One more time. Deep breath in. As you exhale back to center, inhale, fingers lift. Exhale, hands down, heart center. Inhale to lift the spine and the chest as you exhale, twisting towards the left. Again, sitting up nice and tall, shoulders away from the ears. And maybe you're taking your gaze behind you over that left shoulder. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more time, deep breath in. Good. As you're ready, exhale back to center. One last deep breath here. Inhale, everything lifts. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Just gently place your hands in front of you. We're coming into that all fours position here. So making sure you're stacking joints, shoulders and wrists, hips and knees. When you're ready, we're going to take a few cat-cows here. So as you inhale, drop the belly. The hips are going to lift and you're going to pull the chest a little forward, shoulders back. As you exhale, round the spine towards the ceiling, push the ground away, tuck that chin to the chest. Good. 2 more, just like that. Deep breath in through the nose. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Oh, let's just do one more. It felt good. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the hips, maybe find a little extra. Good. Exhale and out, round the spine towards the ceiling. Good. Coming back to neutral. Right leg is going to lift behind you. Now, you only want it in line with the spine. You don't want it super high here. Inwardly rotate that thigh so the big toes are pointing down to the mat, not out to the side. Push the ground away. Lengthen the crown of the head forward. Lengthen that heel behind you. So lead with the heel behind you. Shoot that energy behind. Stay here. Maybe you're going to lift that left hand. Maybe you're going to bind that left hand, right foot behind you. Now, once you have the bind, the foot pushes into the hand to create the back bend. Keep pushing the ground away here. Don't sink into that right shoulder. Stay calm. Find your breath again. One more deep breath in and release. Good. Let's find just a cat-cow to clear everything out. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the hips, shoulders push forward. Exhale, round. Left hand side, coming back to a neutral spine. Left leg lifts, just even with the spine. Inwardly rotate that inner thigh, toes point down. Push the ground away. Crown of the head reaches forward. That foot reaches back. Stay here, or you're going to lift the left hand, finding a little balance, or you're going to take right hand, left foot, finding a little bind. You have 2 breaths. Stay calm. Keep pushing the ground away. Last deep breath here. Inhale through the nose. Good. And release. Take a cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the hips. Exhale, round and push. Good. When you're ready, we're going to lower down to our bellies here. Now you can just simply walk the knees back, or you can find that chaturanga on your knees, however you choose to get there today. I'm just going to walk my knees back. Find myself on my belly. Roll the inner thighs together. You're on the tops of the thighs. Feet are together, squeezing in the back. I want you to take your hands out to the side today. Neck is in line with the spine, so you're looking at the floor. We're just going to pulse, baby cobra here. It's all in the strength of the lower back. Now, no crunching into the lower back. I want you to lengthen the crown of the head, the spine forward. Relax and soften through the buttocks. And then as you inhale, see if you can lift the chest and maybe the hands off the floor. Good. Deep breath in, holding here, but not holding your breath. Deep breath out. Good. Inhale. And this time, release to the floor on your exhale. Now we're going to pulse here. Inhale, everything lifts. Exhale, release. Good. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Tops of the feet are squeezing into the floor. Exhale, release. Good. Inhale, we're going to hold this one. Don't hold the breath. Maybe you're squeezing your hands up high. Shoulder blades squeezing together. Last deep inhale. And exhale, release. Good. Hands plant underneath the shoulders. And then we'll find that cobra. So it's either a baby cobra right here. Maybe you're going a little higher. Maybe you're going to find that full up dog. The thighs are active and everything's pushing the ground away. You choose here. Broaden the collarbones forward. That means the chest moves forward, shoulders back. And then when you're ready, we'll find that downward facing dog. Deep breath in, hands push the ground away here. Deep breath out. Lift through the hips, bend the knees if you need to. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. Inhale, look at your fingers. Step, jump, float, walk to the top of your mat. Toes to touch, a little bit of space between the heels. Inhale, we'll lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, reach. And exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Inhale, everything lifts. Add your back bends or breath holds if you have it. Exhale, forward fold. Let the breath empty. Inhale, lifting halfway, lengthening the spine forward. Exhale, plant your hands, step or float back into plank or kneeling plank. Take that chaturanga or cat-cow. Find your back bend. And then as you exhale, we're all meeting back in that downward facing dog. 1 deep breath here. We're going to switch it up just a little bit. Deep breath out. Inhale, right leg lifts. As you exhale, step that right foot forward. Drop the left knee. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. So everything lifts. Now, if you want to go a little further here, you can maybe shift the hips forward and find a little back bend, cactusing the arms. As you exhale, hands plant. Take the left hand inside the right foot, curl the back toes under, and find a twisted runner's lunge. So you're trying to stack the shoulders one on top of the other here as you're rotating round to the right. Make sure this right knee stays underneath you and that your knee is behind that front toe. Top hand plants, back foot steps forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. Inhale, lifting up. This time, just swan dive forward on your exhale. Inhale, lifting halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step or float, back to plank, back to kneeling plank, take a cat-cow, moving the shoulders forward on the chaturanga, finding your back bend, and exhaling, down dog. Let's take that same thing on the left. Deep breath in through the nose. Deep breath out. Inhale, left leg lifts. Just focus on the breath. Doesn't matter what the moves look like. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Right knee grounds. Inhale, lift. Anjaneyasana. Send the hips forward and down. Lengthen up through the spine. Maybe you're finding that back bend. Exhale, hands plant. Curl the back toe under. Right hand inside the left. Revolved lunge. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Both hands plant. Inhale, step forward and lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. On your exhale, swan dive forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Good. Exhale, plant your hands, step or float back. You choose any modification you want. I want to take a cat-cow today. And then I'm going to find myself curling my toes under, pushing back in a down dog. Deep breath in through the nose. Deep breath out. Let's go one more round. One more right, one more left. Inhale, right leg lifts. As you exhale, right foot steps forward, back knee down. Inhale, lunge and lift. Good. Exhale, plant the hands, curl the back toes under, revolved runner's lunge. Lift, reach. Crown of the head is forward, heel in the back is really reaching back. Hands plant on your exhale. Inhale, step forward and lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, forward fold. Let the breath take you down. Inhale, lifting halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step or float. You choose. You can change it every time. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more breath and we'll do the left. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left foot steps forward. Drop the back knee. Inhale, lifting, lunge. Exhale, planting the hands. Inhale, lift and step halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, grow. Exhale, forward fold. Good. Inhale, lifting halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step or float right back to where you need to be today. And we're all going to meet in downward facing dog. We've got 2 breaths in down dog. And then we're moving on. Nice slow standing sequence. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Take a deep breath out. One more deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. Inhale, right leg lifts. Now bend that knee and open the hip. Don't worry about the shoulders opening here. Just find as much stretch as you can through the sideways, through the hip. Reach, reach, reach. That right foot is really reaching towards the left-hand side of the mat, maybe even to the left shoulder. And when you're ready, you're going to take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, I want you to step that right foot all the way to the right hand. You can use your right hand to get that foot all the way up there. We're going to open out warrior 2. So sink the hips. You have plenty of time here to adjust the feet. Now, ideally, our feet want to be on one line here. The big toe is pointing, or the front toe is pointing forward. The back foot is pointing to the left side of your mat. But you're on one line. The heel in the front is in line with the instep in the back. Hands are reaching out in each direction, shoulders away from the ears. And then I want you to look and make sure that that front knee is stacked on top of the ankle. You don't want it behind and you don't want it forward. And you don't want the knee moving in or out, right? It wants to be right in line. So you should be able to see the big toe in the front. Now we're going to stay here for 5 deep breaths. Now, if you have that Ujjayi practice, now is the time to do it. We're going to swim our hands up and down. So when you're ready, swim those hands up. Find a little resistance. Activate through each muscle of the hand, and as you exhale, lower. Pretend that I'm right behind you, hindering those hands moving for where they need to go. Inhale. Good, and exhale. Constricting the muscles of the back of the throat. Inhale, make that sound. Exhale. 2 more. Deep breath in. Focus. Deep breath out. Shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, lift. Push through the back foot. Exhale. Good. Now, when you're ready, I want you to straighten this front leg, and I want you to think of your hips tilting forward, reaching that front hand. We're going to find Trikonasana. So place this right hand, either on your shin or on a block. Now remember, there's 3 sides to your block. There's a top, there's a medium, there's a small side. Stack the shoulders one on top of the other. Keep pushing down through the back foot. And see if you can roll the chest open a little bit. And then the last thing to do is to make sure that the hips and the shoulders are on the same line as the feet. So a lot of times we're sticking our butt out. I want you to zip up the hips. Make sure that top hip is pushing forward. The shoulders probably need to push behind you. All right, let's take our final couple breaths here. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. I'm hoping you're allowing yourself to maintain that deep, slow breath. Inhale and release. Let's take one more here. Deep breath in and release. When you're ready, both hands come down to the mat or a block, bend into that front knee and pop the back heel. So you're in a runner's lunge here. Now we're slowly going to start gaining strength in our torso and our lower back, pushing into that front foot. Find a high lunge. Don't be afraid to readjust the feet. Remember, the hips are forward, inner thighs are squeezing together, belly button is pulling in. So close the gap between the hips and the rib cage by moving the belly in. Everything lifts. Deep breath in here. Deep breath out. Now, when you're ready, we're going to step this back left foot forward into a tree pose. It can be easy tree. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, step forward and lift. Good. So an easy tree, either on the shin or on the inner thigh. So I'll turn towards you here. The shin or the inner thigh. Hands, let's take them out to the side today. Open the chest, lift the chest, feel confident. And then I want you to think about the foot pushing into the inner thigh and then lift. So see how if I just sit here, this is an okay tree, but if I'm pushing into one another and then I'm lifting my hips, I find a little bit more length in my spine. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Now, if you have any other modifications here, if you want to take the hands to a different place, if you want to close the eyes or change the gaze, the focal point, you've got it. 3 more breaths. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Last one. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Now, when you're ready, we're going to take this floating left foot and just place it right behind the standing right leg. Inhale, sit back into your chair. So remember, in chair pose, our knees are behind our toes. So hips are moving back. You're sitting back in your chair, but you're also lifting through the chest, sitting tall. Hands can be reaching forward or reaching up, doesn't matter here. Deep breath in. Now you can choose to stay, or you can take your hands to heart center and find a twist. Left elbow goes to the right knee. Top hand pushes into the bottom hand to lift. Lift and rotate. And then make sure this left knee isn't sneaking forward of the right knee. Pull the left hip back. Now, if you want to blossom open the arms or find a twisted crow here, of course you can add those options on. Deep breath in through the nose. Deep breath out. Let's take 2 more breaths. Keep sitting back, lift the chest. Good. Last breath here. Deep breath in. As you exhale, forward fold. Let's take a little break here. Feet all the way the width of the mat. So heel toe those feet out, and then slowly start sinking the hips down. Now moving into Malasana, yogi squat here. Now, if it's uncomfortable, place a block, sit on a block. But wherever you are, you're lifting the chest and the lower back. So you're sitting up tall, and your feet are moving in the same direction as your knees. Now, again, if you have a strong crow practice here, find it now. Otherwise, find nothing except for breath. We're going to take 3 breaths here. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Last one. And as you exhale, plant your hands, lift your hips, heel toe the feet together, and then slowly step the feet back. You choose, take a vinyasa, skip it all together, and just lift the hips to down dog. You choose. All right, just waiting for the rest of our friends to finish their poses. Finding that downward facing dog, really pushing the hands into the mat, lift the hips, deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, left leg rises. Bend the knee, open the hip. Again, don't worry about the shoulders today. Just find length. So move that left foot over to the right, maybe even reaching towards the right shoulder today. Find a twist and an open. Don't worry about the shoulders. Sometimes I find more of a stretch if I torque my shoulders. One more breath. And then when you're ready, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, left foot steps all the way forward. Open out and lift, warrior 2. As you exhale, sink down. So again, we're going to be here for a few breaths. Go through that little checklist in your head. Back foot is really pushing down. My front knee is stacked. It's not moving out to the side or in or forward and back. It's right where it should be. My hands are reaching in opposite directions. My shoulders are away from the ears. I'm lifting my chest. And I might even be lifting my frontal hip bones to lengthen my tailbone down a little bit. 5 breaths here, swimming through that honey. Are you ready? Deep breath in as you lift. Deep breath out. Breathing in. I'm right here with you. Focus on the breath. Inhale. And release the breath. Last one. Deep breath in. Exhale. Well done, yogis. Okay, straightening the front leg, tip the pelvis forward, and then I want you to reach forward. Again, have those blocks handy, moving into triangle. Maybe you're floating your triangle this time around. Really reaching up through the sideways. Now, push down through the back foot to lift the hip up. Rotate the shoulders open so they're stacked. And then making sure that the hip and the shoulders are in line with the feet. So look down. Make sure that you're in line with where everything else. All right, 2 more breaths. Focus on that slow, wave-like breath. Good. When you're ready, the top hand comes down to the mat. Bend in through your knee. Pop the back foot. We're preparing to come back up in high lunge here. So make sure the foot and the ankle are stacked in the front. When you're ready, inhale, lower back lifts, chest lifts, reach. Now, ideally, you want this back leg straight, but if there's a little bend in the knee, that's all right. Frontal hip bones move up, torso is pushing in, chest and hands are lifted. Deep breath in. Good. Deep breath out. One more time. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. As you inhale, right foot is going to step right into tree. Could be at the shin or all the way to the inner thigh. And remember, we were talking about squeezing the foot and the thigh together. Lift the hips, lift the spine, lift the chest. This time, let's take our hands up to the ceiling. And let's take our gaze up to the ceiling as well. So it could be at the 45 in front of you, or it could be directly up above you. You choose and notice what that does to your balance. Slow the breath down. Stay calm. Last deep breath in. And as you exhale, the floating right foot steps right next to the standing left foot. Inhale, chair pose. So again, everything moving behind the toes, and you'd like a nice flat, neutral lower back here. So try not to think about sticking the butt out, maybe tucking the hips under a little bit. Lift through the chest. You're either going to stay here and hold, or hands are going to come to heart center. Lengthen through the spine, right elbow, left knee this time. Make sure you scoot that right knee back. Don't let it slink forward. Top hand pushes in the bottom hand, lifts and rotates. Breathing in. Again, you can blossom the arms out or find that twisted crow. Otherwise, we're just staying here, slow and calm breaths. If you have that ujjayi practice, come back. Strengthening through the muscles of the throat, make that noise. Make it loud or make it soft, but allow it to soothe you. Last breath. And then as you exhale, wherever you are, let it go. Forward fold, deep breath out. Inhale, halfway lift here. Exhale, plant the hands and just walk back to down dog. Step back and lift the hips up. Deep breath in here. Deep breath out. Let's just find a little bit of strength. Inhale, ripple forward into plank pose. Now, it could be a kneeling plank. It could be a full plank, but go through the checklist. Push the ground away, dome through the shoulders. Frontal hip bones squeeze towards the elbows. You're squeezing the butt cheeks together. Lift through the kneecaps to activate the thighs. And then maybe you're taking your feet and ripping the mat down the center. One more breath here. You got it. And then when you're ready, lift those hips up and back. Deep breath in. Right leg lifts. As you exhale, right foot steps forward. Warrior one. Your hips are forward. Back heel is down. Again, that front knee is in line with the front toe. And you're reaching up to the ceiling. Let's take 5 breaths. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, swim those hands back down. Good. Inhale, lift. Deep breath down. Keep pushing into the back heel. Keep squaring up the hips. So right hip is pushing forward. Right hip is pulling back. Left hip is pushing forward. Inhale, lift. And exhale down. Let's take one more breath here. Deep breath in. Good. Exhale, hands down. Straighten the front leg again. And move the back foot so the toes are also pointing forward. Maybe you need to move the feet in a little bit together. And we'll find ourselves in pyramid pose. So you're just hinging at the waist here. Think about the spine elongating. That front leg stays nice and straight. You can have blocks handy here. Maybe you have 2 blocks. Maybe you're reaching down for the floor. But the spine stays long. Hips are pushing back. All right, soften down. Stay calm. Find your depth. And then we're going to find 5 breath pulses here. So as you inhale, just lift up a little bit. Lengthen through the spine. As you exhale, forward fold a little deeper. Good. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. And release. Now inhale, lift halfway, maybe even a little bit more than halfway. Find a place where you can really lengthen the spine forward and then slightly bend into that front knee. We're going to move into warrior 3 here. Let's take our hands and clasp them behind our back today, just for a little bit of fun. All right, grow light in the back foot as everything starts shifting forward. And then when you're ready, straighten the front right leg. Now, it could be a small warrior 3. You could be up here. Lift through the chest, shoulders away from the ears. Remember the inner thigh spins in, so the toes are pointing down. And of course, the hips are even. Find a high warrior 3 before you move to the full warrior 3. Where's the breath? Slow it down. Stay calm. Let's take one more deep breath in. And as you exhale, release the hands to the mat. Step the left foot all the way behind you. Drop the knee. Good. So let's work on this outer thigh just a little bit. Use your toes to move your foot up the mat. Toes move out 45 for lizard lunge here. Now, if it's really intense for you, again, use your blocks to lift yourself up. If you're someone who's a little bit more flexible, keep the left hand planted, and then I want you to push the left thigh or the right thigh away, rolling the chest open. Stay here. You've got 5 breaths. Now, know you can come out of this pose at any time if something feels uncomfortable or if it's too intense. Just move out of the pose a little bit. Last breath. Good. When you're ready, hands plant, and then keep the foot right where it is and slowly pull the hips back. So your toes are kind of out to the side a little bit, and you're just finding a little honeymoonasana here, but our toes are pointed out to the side, so we're actually stretching a different head of the hamstring than when we were doing pyramid pose. Good. Bend back into that knee, and we're going to step it back. Find what you need here, cat-cow, a plank, a chaturanga. You choose here. And then we're meeting back in downward facing dog when you're ready. Hips lift, deep breath in. Same thing, left hand side, deep breath out. Inhale, left leg lifts. As you exhale, step that foot forward. We're in warrior 1. So the back heel is down as well. Now your back toes are at a 45. Square up through the hips. Belly button pulls into the spine. Inhale, lift. Find that high warrior 1. Really reaching the fingertips. Okay, 5 breaths here. Swimming with our arms. Good. Deep breath in, lift. Exhale, swim the arms down, shoulders away from the ear. Find activation. It's like I'm right behind you, preventing your hands from moving down. Inhale, lift, same thing. Now I'm pushing down on your hands so they don't lift up. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Just think about the breath. Exhale. Nothing else matters right now. Inhale. Let's do one more. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Hands come to the hips And then we're slowly going to straighten that front leg. Back toes now I want to pull in. So the back toes are also facing forward. Readjust the feet if you need to make your stance shorter or longer. And then slowly start hinging at the waist. Now remember, the spine is lengthening here. So whether you're on blocks or you're reaching for the mat, doesn't matter. Once you get there, re-straighten that front leg and really think about pushing the hips back, lengthening the chest forward and down. Here we go. Let's take 2 breaths, really sinking down. Maybe you're even letting the head fall. And then we'll find that pulse. Inhale, lifting up just a little bit. Re-lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Deep breath in. Deep breath out, fold and lengthen. Find your deepest depth. And then on your next inhale, halfway lift, maybe lift up a little bit further. Hands behind the back, bind them up the opposite clasp. Shoulders are away from the ears. Lift the chest and then bend into the front knee slightly. Grow light into the back foot. Moving to that warrior 3. Again, you can start way up here. Square the hips. Right hip wants to be lower, wants to be the same height as the left. Flex that back foot, and then only when you're ready, move down. Maybe you're peeling the hands off the lower back. Deep breath in. Stay calm. Deep breath out. Deep breath in and out. Let's take one more deep breath. When you're ready, hands plant, step that back foot all the way behind you. We'll move into that lizard lunge. Drop the right knee, toes up the mat. Move that foot up the mat. Toes move out 45. Sink into the hips. Now again, use blocks here. They're really handy to lift yourself up if it's too intense. The rest of us are going to plant our right hand underneath our right shoulder. Push the left thigh away and lift through the chest. You've got 5 breaths here. Last one, make it count. Biggest breath. When you're ready to let that breath go, both hands plant. This time, instead of stepping the back foot all the way forward, I want you to curl the right toes under and push yourself forward. We'll find ourselves on a seat, on our seat, with both legs in front. I'll have that handy block handy. Because from here, we're going to go again. So squeeze the inner thighs together. Make sure that your feet and your knees and your hips are both on the same 2 railroad tracks. Hands are going to plant behind you, and we're going to lift up, squeezing this block. Lift through the hips. Readjust the hands so they're underneath the shoulders. Now, not too worried about the placement of the fingertips. You can have them out to the side if it's more comfortable for you. What I really want you to do is push down through the feet, lift the hips, squeeze the inner thighs together. I'll count you down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep lifting. 1. And when you're ready, release. Good. Now slowly start scooting the hips forward and bend in through the elbows. So again, readjust the hands where they need to be, but the elbows are going to squeeze into one another. And I just want you to find a little bit of shoulder opening. If you're looking for a little more, maybe you're lifting the chest up as well. Keep squeezing the block with the inner thighs, just gently. You just want a little bit of activation here not necessarily really tight squeezing. Slow the breath. Open through the chest. Good. And then when you're ready, gently walking the hands towards the hips. Go ahead and release that block. And we'll find ourselves with the right ankle coming on top of the left knee for figure of four. Now, if you'd rather do pigeon here, by all means, go for it. But we're going to stick here. Right ankle on top of the left knee. Keep the right foot flexed. Hands are going to plant behind you. And I want you to sit up tall. Now, if this is not having any sort of effect here, then you're going to walk the hips towards the feet and sit up tall. And sometimes you can even lift the hips off the mat. But wherever you are, you're trying to get your chest as close as you can to the shin, lengthening through the lower spine, lifting through the chest, and softening. Just feel the sensation of that stretch. 5 breaths here. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Let the sound of the breath calm your mind and your body. It draws you right back into the practice. Last breath here. And then just gently releasing the right hand side. If you're in pigeon, we're switching to the left. So left foot goes on top of the right knee. Keep that left foot flexed to protect your left knee. And then again, find where you need to be. Maybe you're just sitting up tall. Maybe you're moving the hips more towards the feet. But wherever you are, make sure that the spine is long, the chest is lifted, and that you're trying to get that chest closer to the shin. 5 deep breaths. And when you're ready, gently releasing that side. We're going to find ourselves on our backs, closing things up for today's practice. So squeeze the knees into the chest. We'll take both knees over to the right. Our hands and our gaze goes to the left. Just find a quick spinal twist. Deep breath in, fill up the lungs, the rib cage. Deep breath out. Good. Everything pulls back to center. Squeeze the knees back into the chest. Knees move to the right. Hands and gaze move to, knees move to the left. Hands and gaze move to the right. Deep breath in, fill the lungs. Deep breath out. Maybe one more breath in. And when you're ready, coming back to center. Softening down to where you need to be today. Shoulders away from the ears. Spine is nice and long. Come back to your breath. Find that wave of the belly, just gently allowing you to fall into the mat. Everything is softening, sinking, and relaxing. Just breathe. If you need a little extra time, press the pause button and stay for as long as you need. Otherwise, slowly starting to come back, wiggling fingers and toes. Maybe gently blinking the eyes open. Knees pull into the chest. Stay here or roll to your right side just to take an extra breath. Just one. You've taken so many beautiful breaths today in practice. And then when you're ready, we'll meet in an easy seated position. A position where you can lengthen through the spine, shoulders away from the ears. Take a deep breath in, and I want you to smile as you exhale. Great job today, yogis. Namaste.